I labeled this video Mystery TV Unboxing just to make it interesting. I will give you a hint though. It has a 7JP4 picture tube. Now I have a Admiral 19A11 that has a 7JP4. A Motorola VT71 that I'm currently working on the chassis that has a 7JP4. And this set. Have we made any guesses yet? Let's open it up and take a look. Oh, by the way, I've been looking for this in the watch list of eBay for over a year, and this one came up, and there was only one bidder, and it was free shipping. So I outbid him, and here it is. One thing that I did do is after I sent them a payment, I immediately wrote to the people, via email through eBay, please double box. And they came back the next day and they said, oops, sorry, we already shipped it. So, I guess this seller sells a lot of stuff, and they even have special people that box stuff for them. So I don't know, we'll see how well they did. The box is a compilation of another, I don't know, it looks like more than one box, but even the top cover isn't level. So I don't know what this means, but well, I like this anyways. I think what I'm going to do here is, I usually don't do this, but I'm going to cut the sides. I think I'll have my son help me pull the box out while I hold the TV. Well, any last guesses before I open it up? One more time to guess. Pause the video. Okay, here we go. Well, you can see it's wooden. Can you guess yet? Ah, you know what it is. Yeah, that's right. It's a Helicrafters 514. And it looks like it was in pretty good shape. What also was nice is it came with the Sam's Photo Effect. Anyways, here's a closer up of the TV itself. Okay, this should be a better view of the front now they got more light. Here's a close-up of the bezel. It's in really good shape. Well, here's one side. And as you can see towards the bottom, they pointed this out on the eBay ad. All this veneer, whoops, is lifting. Did I just knock off that piece? No, I don't think so. I don't see it on the table. But anyways, that's going to have to be re-glued down and replaced where needed. I'll go to the other side. Here's the other side. Some veneer missing on the back there, right there, and as a matter of fact, it was in the packaging, so I'm gonna have to reattach that. And also there's another bit of veneer here that I'm not sure exactly where it goes just right now. Next to the back. The back's in pretty good shape, except for one spot there. Maybe I can patch it or something. I don't know if somebody did something to feed a cable through or whatever, but that's the only place that there's any problem. I can live with that. Well, I guess now the important thing, huh? Take off the back, look inside, and I think I'll go test the 7JB4 before I do anything else. Well, basically, it looks like it has all the tubes in there. This is a cable for the speaker jack back there, if you can see that. There is to be a broken fuse holder here. Yep, and the power cord, they just tucked it in here. Alright, it's time to take off the back of the connector off the back of the CRT and test it. Something really interesting I just noticed. This was sold to me as a Model 514, but as you can see by the label, it says 506. Now there may not be any difference in the chassis, it may be just the cabinets, but I'll have to look into that later and see what the differences are. One bit of good news, after flipping over the chassis, it looks like it's just about 100% stock, which will make it a lot easier to work on. Well, here I am trying to figure out how to unplug the socket from the picture tube. Well, it's the opposite. You unplug the picture tube from the socket stays there. And that was a little tricky because it's slightly loose. So I'm going to have to glue that down. So I was very careful though. Okay, I've hooked up my Syncor CR70 to the 7JP4 using the universal adapter. And let's give it a go. Okay. 5, 6, 6.3, right about there. Okay. Yes, we have filament glow. Okay. Test for HK shorts. Good. G1 shorts. Good. Cutoff. Good cutoff control. So we're in right where the black is. Okay, let's check for emissions. Good. Okay, let's let this run for a few more seconds, and then we'll check emissions life test. Well, it's probably been running about 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Let's try it. Push the button. Well, I have it in for about 20 seconds, and it's not budging. Looks like it's testing like a good tube. Now, I was testing two other 7JP4s from two other TVs, and I got the same results basically. And someone emailed me, it was B. Anderson from B. Anderson TV. He says, don't get too excited yet. I said, well, why not? It tests fine with the Sencor CR70. It says, well, these are older tubes and they don't have the ion trap magnet. And I said, okay, thanks. And I was thinking about it for a while, and he's right. Because what the ion trap magnet does is, on the newer tubes, the electron gun is bent. So all the electrons and ions get emitted out the side of the neck of the tube. And then what they do is they put an ion trap magnet on the neck of the tube, and it's just strong enough to bend back the electron beam, but the ions never get shot towards the phosphorus. Well, in these tubes, it doesn't have that mechanism. So the ions and electrons do get shot to the screen, and the ions, because they're heavier, will eventually do damage to the phosphor. So I knew what he was talking about there. And so the only way to really test it, I mean, sure, it passes this way just fine, but the phosphorus could be worn out in the screen, and the only way to test that is on a working unit. So, but it looks good. I think this is great. I got 3 TVs that use 7JP4s. Be a nice collection. So I'm going to put this back together, put it aside for now, and I still got to continue with this VT71 TS4J late chassis here, and then hopefully someday soon I can get to this. But looks like a nice TV to work on. Yeah, nice collection. And Admiral 19A11, Motorola VT71, and now Helicrafters, which I thought was 514, turns out to be 506. So thanks for watching. One thing before I finish this video, I noticed that there's no piece of glass, a piece of plastic here for implosion purposes. So it's not as safe as it would be with it. If anybody knows diameter, I can figure out pretty good, and probably the thickness pretty good. But if anybody knows the exact thickness and the exact dimensions of the plastic or glass, and if they could tell me if it was plastic or glass, then I could probably either go to a glass shop or maybe have a piece of Lexan cut or something like that. So any information anybody can give me on that would help a lot. Thank you. Just one last thing, guys. While I was cleaning the CRT, I happened to notice one thing. If I rotate it, you can hear, of course now it's not doing it, there. sometimes it gets louder than that. I can't tell where it's coming from. I looked at the neck. I don't see anything loose, but it could be up here where the undercoating is, and then I wouldn't be able to see it. I don't know if it's one of these braces but the tube does test good. I'm hoping that it might be some glue that is rattling around in this socket here, because it is a little bit loose, and maybe it's the old stuff shaking around in there, but I hope this doesn't cause a future problem. Let me know, guys, if you have any ideas of what that could be. Thanks. That's it there. Can you hear it rolling around? I still don't see anything though.